The universe has always been a place of cosmic turbulence, a realm of violent birth and decay. From the cold dust of space, stars form, and with them, new worlds. Earth was once one of these chaotic masses, a molten rock gradually solidifying in the unfathomable vastness of time. But there was one event that would change everything: the impact of a rogue planet, Theia, whose collision with Earth would not just reshape our planet's surface, but would set the stage for life, complexity, and everything that followed. But imagine for a moment that Theia never existed. No cosmic collision, no celestial companion, no moon. A world without the moon means Earth would never have had the stabilizing influence that it so desperately needed. A world left in an uncertain gravitational dance without the steadying hand of the moon. What would Earth have been, and what would we, as human beings, be today? Earth's axial tilt, the very angle at which our planet spins on its axis, is a key ingredient for the seasons that life has adapted to over millions of years. The moon, through its gravitational pull, stabilizes Earth's tilt, keeping it steady and predictable. Without this lunar influence, Earth's axis would not be held in place, and the tilt could vary dramatically. Earth would become a place of unpredictable seasons, one where summers and winters would shift and fluctuate wildly, making the emergence of complex life a distant, if not impossible, dream. The chaos that would unfold from such instability could trigger abrupt climatic shifts on a global scale. Deserts could overtake temperate zones, while frozen tundras might encroach on the tropics. In such a volatile environment, ecosystems would struggle to adapt to the erratic rhythms of a world in turmoil. The gentle cycle of night and day would no longer guide the rhythms of life, and Earth's atmosphere would no longer dance with predictable warmth and cold. The very concept of time, as humans understand it, would cease to be meaningful in a world where seasons become a game of chance. Life, as we know it, thrives in an environment of predictability. Without the moon's steadying effect, Earth's climate would be too unpredictable for life to evolve beyond simple organisms. Without seasons, the pulse of life would slow. There would be no spring to bring rebirth, no autumn to harvest, no winter to sleep. The cycles of life would become disordered, leading to an ecosystem that might be less adaptable. Complex organisms, those who depend on a stable, changing environment, may never have had the opportunity to emerge. The very foundation of life's diversity would be absent. In the absence of seasons, the evolutionary advantages of predictability would be gone. The plants that bloom with the seasons might never have adapted to the changing world. Animals would not follow seasonal migrations, and life might have never spread across the globe, stifling the complexity of ecosystems that today thrive in synchrony with Earth's rhythms. But life, by its nature, is persistent. In such a world, perhaps simpler organisms, more adaptable, perhaps even more resilient, would take hold. Evolution might follow an entirely different path. Life could evolve in response to the volatility, perhaps taking forms we cannot even begin to imagine. Earth's geological activity, the shifting of tectonic plates, the rise of mountains, the formation of volcanoes, also depends on forces that have been influenced by the moon. The tidal forces exerted by the moon are not just a surface phenomenon. They extend deep into the Earth's interior, creating the friction necessary to drive tectonic movements. Without the moon, Earth's tectonic plates would slow down dramatically, leading to a less active, less dynamic planet. The very surface of Earth would be frozen in time. Without tectonic activity, the Earth's surface would remain stagnant. Continents would remain locked in their positions, and mountain ranges would never rise. The deep, mineral-rich layers of the Earth would remain undisturbed, depriving life of the nutrients it needs to thrive. The absence of volcanic activity would also have a profound impact on Earth's atmosphere. Volcanic eruptions release gases like carbon dioxide, crucial for maintaining a stable climate. Without volcanoes, Earth's atmosphere might become colder and less hospitable to life, while the surface would be deprived of vital minerals and nutrients. It is a sobering thought. Without the moon, Earth would have been a planet with no dynamism, no geological activity to reshape the surface, and no forces to drive the cycles of life forward. A stagnant world where change occurs not in eons, but in millennia, if not longer. The oceans, the lifeblood of Earth, are another casualty in this world without the moon. Tides have long been a vital force in the health of Earth's seas. Without the moon's gravitational pull, the ebb and flow of the oceans would cease to exist. This rhythmic movement has helped shape ecosystems along the coasts, bringing nutrients and oxygen to the surface and fostering some of Earth's most diverse and productive environments. Without tides, the shallow waters that teem with life would become stagnant. The small organisms that live in tidal pools, the delicate creatures that live along the shorelines, these creatures would lose their ability to thrive. The ecosystems that depend on this constant movement, from mangroves to coral reefs, would have never emerged. The evolutionary paths that led to the first land animals, those that crawled from the sea to the land, may have been stalled or never even happened. Life in Earth's oceans, devoid of the moon's rhythmic influence, would likely have never reached the complexity and diversity we see today. The gradual and unpredictable nature of evolution might have led to creatures unlike anything we could imagine, living in an environment of still, sluggish seas. In a universe that is so vast, Earth might appear insignificant, another pale blue among billions of stars. And yet, to us, this is the only world we've ever known. Without the moon, however, Earth might have remained a planet without a unique identity, a barren rock in the solar system, lacking the features that make it stand apart. No moon to anchor our sense of time, no lunar companion to gaze at in wonder and myth. The absence of Theia would have left Earth adrift in the cosmos, a world with no steadying hand to guide it. But it is perhaps in this very loneliness that we, as humans, might have found a deeper connection to the stars. Without the moon, the night sky would have been emptier, its vastness even more daunting. In such isolation, humanity might have looked to the stars with even greater yearning, driven by the need to find our place in a universe that seemed vast and indifferent. Perhaps the absence of the moon would have sparked an even deeper drive to explore, to understand, and to reach beyond the horizon. And yet, despite this cosmic emptiness, humanity found a way to reach beyond our world. We've always looked up, seeking to understand what lies beyond. It was the moon, our closest neighbor, that inspired our first steps off Earth's surface. And it was the moon that reminded us of our place in the vast expanse of space. Without Theia and without the moon, would humanity have ever sought the stars? Or would we have remained grounded on this lonely, unpredictable planet, gazing up at an empty sky, asking ourselves why? In the end, the collision that brought us the moon and the chaos that followed was not a cosmic accident, it was a birth that allowed life to grow, to thrive, and to reach for the stars. Earth's story is one of improbable circumstances, of chaos and chance. It is a tale of forces unseen and unmeasured, shaping a world, and a species that may never have existed without a single cosmic event. Without Theia, Earth might have remained just another world, silent, isolated, and unmoving. But with Theia's impact, we have the moon, we have the Earth, and we have a history that pushes us forward into the unknown.